Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Mike. It is the 15th of November. It's Wednesday. This is your morning setups video. And what a little surprise this morning. We got quite the little dip in the market overnight. Nothing horrible. We went briefly below yesterday's low on the SPY and have reclaimed it at this point. It is about 7:55. So we have an hour and a half before we open. Same thing on the Qs. VIX is a bit elevated here as well. So we're seeing we're seeing a little bit different type of action now that we haven't seen. The last couple of days we've dipped and then dips been bought. So until that stops working, that's what we're going to do. It is making it hard for swings. If you notice, I'm all out into December and January positions at this point. May even push my Decembers out further at this point to Jan, just to try to get out of this chop that we are in. The market's, they're saying that they're tired. They're saying they don't know what they want to do, but they're not ready to sell off. And as we talked about yesterday under the covers, we've seen a lot of that. So what are we looking for today? Today, I think it's going to be a little tough. I'd continue to go back to the same names they've been buying on every dip. We've seen buying in Facebook on every dip, and while it's gapping down, it's still okay. It hasn't gotten through the 8-day yet. We're kind of waiting for that push and power to break above it. So I'm keeping an eye on some of the same names we've had before. Netflix has been acting very well since Friday's massive call buying barrage late in the afternoon into it. Yeah, it's down a little bit with the market on the weakness here, but it's still above yesterday's low and is still sitting right here in play here at the moment. I would stick with these names. They seem to be working at the moment pretty well. I'm going to look at I was going to look at IBM today, but then it got announced that Buffett was out. Now, what I do like about IBM is it now has filled this gap. So it finally filled the gap. So it came down, filled the gap pre-market. We are hit the gap. Now maybe we can get a reversal signal. So we'll keep an eye on this one. There was decent call buying into it the last couple days. But that said, Buffett cut his stake by 68%. That could play heavily on this today as well. And don't forget, he's already done. The question is what everybody else is going to do now, right? He's already done his cutting. He's not announcing it up front. So that's another name to keep an eye on today. I would keep an eye on Home Depot. New all-time high on a great earnings move. Is this day one, or are we just going to see a sell-off here on it? It's held in well all morning at this point. The funny thing is there wasn't any real call buying in it yesterday. In fact, most of the call buyers were taking their profits. When you look at open interest changes, they were taking their profits and saying, okay, we're done. We did really good here. So today I'm just going to keep it simple. See where it sets up, see where the flow comes in. Some of the setups from yesterday are still good, like Western Digital looks great here. I was trying to chase this yesterday and I pulled my order. This one still looks nice for a breakout. Has Wells Fargo reinitiated in this one today. So this one looks good. Twitter setup still looks good, although it's down a little bit here today. This one still looks good here as well. I'm watching biotech today. Biotech started to bounce late in the day yesterday. You can look at IBB, Labu is another one, right? Tried to bounce yesterday. XVI. They all tried to bounce, and because of word that the House is going to try to put in Obamacare repeal in with all of this. So these are things to keep an eye on today. Do they finally start coming for the banks? There was a little bit of call buying the banks yesterday, but not enough to get me overly super excited about it. So, keep an eye on that. And of course, Tesla. And why do I say, of course, Tesla? Well, because Tesla didn't finish filling that gap and tried to bounce this one yesterday off the 8-day. Took a very small loss on it and got out of the way when it broke back below the morning low here. So I was in it through here. When it broke back below this, that's when I got out. And then we found out that Citron was out there bashing the living crap out of this thing all day long. It was on all the media and tweeting everywhere about it. So now we know why they were selling this. Maybe today they come back for it here. It's still roughly right on the 8-day, very close to it. Good spot. So that's it. Be careful. If the market doesn't know what it wants, no reason to play big, no reason to be heroes. Let the market tell us when it wants to go. SPY, said this last night, going to say it again, cannot get above the 8-day. 1, 2, 3, 4 sessions below it now. We like when it's above the 8-day. That means it's momentum. It's trending. It's still above the 21, so we can't get too concerned. We don't want to get too bearish on this, but it's showing that it's not the same market that we had through here, all the way through here. Right, we're trending above the 8-day. I briefly played with it here, got right back above it and kept going. And now, now we have 4 sessions below it. So let's see what it does today. Let's see how it handles this. and keep an eye on crude. All right, guys, have a good one. If you have questions, hit me up on Twitter. Options Mike. See you later.